Milana Vayntrub's story doesn't unfold like a polished celebrity narrative. It reads more like a quiet study in persistence, reinvention, and purpose. Long before she became recognizable on screens, her life was shaped by displacement and uncertainty. Arriving in the United States as a refugee, she learned early that stability is not guaranteed and that survival often depends on adaptability. Those formative years didn't harden her. Instead, they sharpened her awareness, empathy, and resolve. That foundation, built far from cameras or applause, continues to inform the way she moves through the world today. In an industry that often rewards conformity, Milana's presence feels refreshingly unscripted. A recent image of her circulating online sparked discussion, but the moment itself was less important than what it represented. Rather than leaning into carefully manufactured perfection, she appeared grounded and unfiltered, comfortable in her own skin. The response revealed a hunger for honesty in public figures. Her choice wasn't loud or performative, yet it carried weight. It suggested that confidence doesn't require constant refinement and that visibility can be powerful without being polished. What truly distinguishes Milana is that her influence doesn't end with how she looks or how she performs. She consistently brings substance to her platform. Whether discussing the realities of working in entertainment, confronting online scrutiny, or advocating for displaced communities, she speaks with clarity and intention. Her work with refugee organizations is not a branding exercise. It's personal. She understands displacement not as an abstract issue, but as lived experience. That depth gives her advocacy credibility and transforms her public presence into something purposeful rather than ornamental. Milana also resists the convenience of being easily categorized. While many recognize her from commercial work, she has never allowed that visibility to define her limits. She moves fluidly between comedy, acting, writing, directing, and digital storytelling. Each medium becomes another space for experimentation rather than a box to stay inside. This multiplicity is not accidental. It reflects a belief that identity is layered, evolving, and expansive. By refusing to shrink herself into a single role, she models a version of success that values curiosity over containment. There is also a rare balance in how she shares herself. Milana is open without being performative, vulnerable without surrendering control of her narrative. She acknowledges pressure and criticism, but she does not center them. Instead, she consistently redirects attention toward creativity, empathy, and engagement with the world beyond herself. That restraint makes her authenticity feel earned rather than curated. Ultimately, Milana Vayntrub's impact is rooted in credibility. People respond to her not because she fits an ideal, but because she dismantles them. She represents a kind of modern influence built on alignment between values and actions, words and behavior, visibility and responsibility. Her career suggests that relevance does not come from being flawless or universally appealing, but from being grounded, intentional, and real. In a culture saturated with noise, Milana's voice stands out precisely because it isn't trying to dominate the room. It invites reflection rather than comparison. Her journey reminds us that resilience doesn't always announce itself loudly, and that authenticity, when lived consistently, leaves a deeper and more lasting impression than any perfectly staged moment ever could.